Hey everybody, so right now I'm actually, whenever I approach any types of statements, I prioritize. I do the plate system, and let me show you what I got so far. Do you dig it? What synchronicity? Plate. I know. Thank you, Sandra, for teaching me about the Scottish clans. So my first thought was I'm gonna get a plate of the McClouds because I couldn't pronounce it. But then you gave me the beautiful idea to get the plate from the McKenzie's because the Martels don't have one. Let's apply the McKenzie plate to Janie McKenzie.
Because there was a dog in there. She told me that if I interfered in her investigation, she'd have me removed off the property.
Duh.
I told her there was a dog in there. If she didn't even give me the chance to tell me.
This woman, first of all, here's the thing. It's very hard for me to connect everything that I feel about this case. I have to tell you that, listen, I mean, with this woman wants to be in control. She says, I'm a hermit, but you know what? I feel she wants to be in control of everything. She wants to be in control. She's a micromanager. She wants to stand there while you put the trash in. She wants to make sure you do nothing wrong. She wants to constantly watch. She's constantly in your business. That's the type of person she is. And in the world outside of her trailer property, she cannot do that, right? People will tell her, go to hell, mind your own business. But there, she can control her little world. And all of a sudden, she cannot control her little world. And when you listen to this, it makes no sense, especially when you want to cover up something that your son had allegedly done, right? Why wouldn't you want to comply with law enforcement and show that you're will? But you know what? By the way, who searched? Was it search and rescue, or was it the RCMP that went through her shithole?
To take my dog out of there, she started shooting off to me.
She started shooting off to you. No, she told you to get the hell out of the way, or else. That's her job.
I then let the searchers search my trailer. Malaya let them search my trailer. And on Sunday morning, Mason and 3 other people come in and searched my trailer. They even checked my washer spinner. So I did not
Yeah, I hope so.
refuse to let them search my trailer.
Well, no, not so fast. You didn't want them. She had to threaten you. She had to tell you. You tried to refuse, and you were told that you can't. You did not volunteer.
I just told Officer Mason there was a dog in there. My dog was protecting his property, and I was
his property.
Scared if she went in there, my dog would have done something. Not that he would have, but you don't.
Not that he would have. He would have done something. Not that he would have. Yeah, I think he would have. So you take it. Do I need? Oh my God! I don't know if I can do this. Maybe I need to skip forward a little bit because I'm sure I missed something somewhere along the way, man.
No, when somebody enters your property without a dog, no.
And at least I can do this now and listen to all of it without any yapping in between.
It was just for her safety and my dog's safety. So if people can't understand that, then they don't know anything about dogs. Okay. My dog has lived a quiet life here, and all of a sudden I have all these search and rescue people here, all cops, helicopters, drones.
These are the words of somebody who thinks that Jack and Lily are less than human, not worth even not even worth thinking about.
My dog is got so much anxiety in him, he's losing his hair. I had him to the vet. The vet told him as long as I was
The vet told him, the dog?
stressed out, my dog would be stressed out.
You stressed the dog out. Yeah, I agree with you. But
So it had nothing to do with me not letting them search my.
when did the dog lose the hair? You mean from that one time that they searched your. What the hell are you talking about, man? Oh, it's a mistake to do this.
Anxiety in him, he's losing his hair. I had him to the vet. The vet told him as long as I was.
The vet told him. The vet told your dog. He had a discussion, right? Okay. Please let the patient come in. Okay, sit down, doc. So here's the deal. As long as Janie is stressed out, you're going to be stressed out. That's how it works. Just in case you didn't know, dog psychology and yeah.
As long as I was stressed out, my dog would be stressed out. So it had nothing to do with me not letting them search my RV.
Oh yeah. Yes, you didn't want them to. You didn't want to let them, but they let you know you have to. So you didn't want to get arrested, or you didn't want to get pushed out. You didn't want to sit there in handcuffs while they're doing it.
I was just the safety of the officer.
Sure.
And for my dog. And as far as the cupboard goes,
Then you would have taken the dog out.
I had nothing in the cupboard. I do not do drugs. I do not have guns. I don't do any shit like that. So there's your answer to the cupboard. There's your answer to the RCMP not searching my trailer. They have searched my trailer 3 times. Oh, and by the way, I do not accept friends' requests, so don't even bother sending
I
them.
don't want to be a friend.
My dog does not like Lily's loud scream. Just
Yes. And when they tell you something bad about 2 children who are missing, then wait, what did I get right now? I keep getting messages and they're good. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, anyways. Thank you, Sandra. Very cool. And yes, I'm sorry that you thought that I encouraged you to listen to that interview with Durwood. Been a while, but I thought I made myself clear. Use the channels for what they're good for, and when they're lacking, you need to be packing your stuff out of there. My dog does not like Lily's loud scream. You see, when they talk negatively at all about any child that's missing, they are telling you exactly why the child is missing in their opinion. They are justifying something that has been done. Otherwise, you would turn even the wildest, most rambunctious kid into an angel because they're gone. But her anger towards the children remains, which is only giving us a little bit of an insight of what she must have been like around the kids. She was terrorizing them. Little Jack, he knew. Oh, there she comes. He folded his arms. He was in defensive mode immediately the moment he saw her. I don't know if I want to do this or not, but let me see if something better comes up in a minute.
like any dog would not like Lily's loud scream. I can't stand Lily's loud scream. If you watched her
There we go. There we go. There we go. I mean, how much more direct and blatant can it get?
birthday party, the way she screamed, could you stand Lily's scream?
Did anybody try to calm her down, ask her, talk to her, take her to the side? Baby, please. When you do this, I mean, you know, what did you do about it? That's what I want to know. What did Daniel do about it when she screamed? That's what I'm curious about. What happened that night? Did she scream that night? Is that why you woke up? Is that why Daniel did what he did? Did that somehow trigger him to snap? That's a very sensitive area, man. And again, these people are, you know, I mean, they don't, they have zero self-awareness, man. Zero self-awareness. Absolutely. I hope I'm not boring you guys. I will probably move this in my member section and then have a little bit of a, more detailed thing happening with those who are interested. Let's go.
All the time. My dog reacts. My dog tells me when there's people in the yard. My dog tells me when the kids are outside.
My dog tells me she's trying to turn this dog into a human. She's dehumanizing Jack and Lily, and she is humanizing this damn dog.
My dog is really sensitive because he's so used to
Because he has to live with you.
being all alone here for the last 20 or for whenever the kids showed up here 2 years ago. My dog has been used to quietness. When Jack and Lily moved in here, my dog got more sensitive to sounds because of the kids yelling, screaming. So yes, my dog is very sensitive to Lily's scream and Jack screaming or talking. Okay.
Okay, Jack is not screaming, but Jack is talking. And you don't like it when kids talk. I got you.
To save everybody trouble, here is what happened.
What did she say? To save everybody
Now it's because of the kids yelling, screaming. So yes, my dog is very sensitive to Lily's scream and Jack screaming or talking. Okay, to save everybody trouble, here is what happened at the end of my driveway.
Sounds almost like trash, right? That she was going to say trash. Let's see.
My brother, me and Justin were out on.
She says, my brother. There's something about her brother that we need to know more about. Seriously, her brother, I guess, is Ron, and it's Logan's dad. And why did he really call that morning? Because she feels a need to let us know that he called to take her to town. And that also we need to look at.
On the four-wheeler, we were up at the pipeline. We were coming out at the road called the Madison Road. Malaya called me on my phone. She called me at 3:32. I didn't answer because we were talking to...
Wait. Oh God, this is tedious. I don't know.
My brother, me and Justin were out on the four-wheeler. We were up at the pipeline. We were coming out at the road called the Madison Road.
The pipeline. Why were you at the pipeline? Is it true that there was a footprint found? An actual footprint, right? Why is the pipeline the place where you went? What's so interesting about it? And again, maybe one of the children, their body slipped off at the pipeline and the foot touched the ground. Who knows? I mean, these are just possibilities I need to consider.
Malaya called me on my phone.
And?
She called me at 3:32. I did.
And now suddenly you have the sense of accuracy with time. All of a sudden.
Didn't answer because we were talking to a lady on her four-wheeler with a child. Then she called me back at 5:39. I answered.
So you didn't call her back at all? She called you 3-something, you called... Okay, got it. No interest in talking to Malaya. We got it.
To the phone. She told me to get back here to the trailer. I said, "What's up?" She said, "I can't tell you over the phone." So I came back here. Me and Justin came back here to the trailer. Marlea was standing on the edge of the driveway, crying her eyes out. I went up and I put my arms around her and said, "Please don't tell me that they found the kids dead." Haley started shooting off about something. And then I think it was Shelby. I'm not 100% sure.
Sure.
She started shooting off. I ordered them off my property.
Ordered.
The police or the RCMP came and asked me what was going on, if there was a fight. I said there was no fight. I just ordered them off my property.
Gotcha.
He took me aside. He has it all video cammed. He took me aside and asked me what happened. I said, Malaya, exactly the same thing. Malaya called me. I came back here to the trailer. I thought the kids were dead. Then Haley and this other girl, I think it was Shelby, I can't be 100% right, started shooting off. I told him to get off my property. He asked me what the altercation was about. I said I didn't know. I didn't listen to them. I wasn't fighting with anybody. You know. I told him that the most.
You know exactly what it was about. That's why you feel the need to go into these details again and again to tell us what you don't know. We want to know what you know, and that's what you're hiding. So this is just avoidance, 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 avoidance. Too much information about things that don't matter, and then withholding information that do.
Important thing was to find Lily and Jack. He agreed with me. I did not order Maria off the property. She was more than welcome to stay here. Her grandmother was even here, and her grandmother was going to stay the night. And I said, that is fine.
Because you know, Daniel, your son, wants her there, and you know that you didn't want Malaya to leave because you were worried what she's going to say when she's not under your so-called or Daniel's so-called supervision.
I said, Cindy's more than welcome to stay here. So I did not order Malaya off the property. What went on after they left, after the police left, and after they went to this briefing, I do not know what happened. I stayed here. I stayed here, and me and Justin went back out on the bike. So whatever happened after Haley and this other girl left, I don't know what happened. I was away with Justin on the bike. So
okay, let's see.
You have to get all your information from Daniel and Malaya about that because I do not know. And I'm going to clear up this thing about Belinda. Belinda said that she came and she said that I was crying and I blame myself for it, and that
Wow.
This is the time that I wouldn't let the police in. Said that I wouldn't let the police in my RV. Well, the reason why I was crying, Belinda, is I blame myself for not getting up that morning and seeing the kids.
That's not it. You were the catalyst. You were the one that constantly nagged, and then Daniel snapped, for lack of a better term. And you know that if it wasn't for you, he may not have done it. You may not be in the situation that you're in. I think you recognized a little too late. Oh my God, I have this unstable son who's rugging it up, and all I do is nag, and he finally lost it completely. And now we're in big, big trouble. I think that's exactly what you're blaming yourself for. That's why you feel the need to explain what you are blaming yourself for. That's not it. That is the story you came up with. And your voice is changing a little bit when she's talking to Belinda, I guess, from this distance, or making it sound like that's what she is doing. But she's really talking to us because she wants to preemptively avoid telling us what exactly she is blaming herself for.
Because whenever they're outside, I'm usually out there. I'm the one watching those kids. I watch those kids out in the yard every day.
So much for Malaya's BS story.
That's why I blame myself for not getting up that day. If I would have got up, this would have never happened. So that's why I was crying that day, Linda, is because I
And you're not crying for Jack and Lily. You're crying about the situation you're in.
blame myself for not getting up for those kids.
Those kids, distancing.
And I'll tell you something else, and I don't care if you believe me or not. I would never, ever, ever let anything happen to those kids.
So, you would not or you did not? Now you wouldn't, of course, because now you couldn't. Or are you trying to say you would have stepped in had you been there in that moment when Daniel snapped? Does that mean you came in after he already finished?
I watched them for 2 years. I seen them day in and day out.
Okay, so what are you crying about? Your own grandchildren? When you think about Belinda, you think about the fact that you cannot see your own grandchildren right now. I believe she's crying about her grandchildren, not being able to see them. Fear for Daniel. So, um, she hated Jack and Lily, but thinking about Belinda, I think, triggers her thinking about the fact she will not be able to see her own grandchildren. Something like that.
What went on between Malay and Daniel has nothing to do with me. I
Ah.
live here in the camper. They live in the trailer. Well,
What did go on there? You know what went on.
what went on in there is none of my business.
Yeah, no, everything is your business. You make everything your business. All of a sudden, it's not your business because something terrible happened in there that night. And now you're going from being constantly nosy, snooping around, criticizing, putting down the kids, micromanaging, all of that, to, oh, it's none of my business. You make everything your damn business. And that's what I think was a huge trigger. Because Daniel did not want to lose Malaya. Even though he really didn't like Jack and Lily. But he also liked the money he got from the government for them.
And when you have to call your kids, or Jack and Lily's mother, and tell them that Jack has his boots off and Jack has his coats off, does that tell you that Malaya was watching the kids? So don't come down on me because they weren't my grandchildren, but that I do, and I do consider them my grandchildren. I don't care what anybody says. When they came into my life, they became part of my family. So
Interesting, he brings up Jack's boots, right? Very interesting.
you have to call your kids, or Jack and Lily's mother, and tell them that Jack has his boots off and Jack has his coats off. Does that tell you?
First?
You have to call your
Call yours?
kids, or Jack and Lily's mother, and tell them that Jack has his boots off and Jack has his coats off. Does that tell you that Malaya was watching the kids? So don't come down on me because they weren't my grandchildren, but that I do, and I do consider them my grandchildren. I don't care what anybody says.
It's not because they weren't your grandchildren, but because how you treated them.
When they came into my life, they became part of my family. So if people doubt that, then they don't think very much of me because I'm not that kind of a person.
When somebody says to you, I'm not that kind of a person, that can indicate they did something that they don't want to be identified with. Rewind this if you want to listen to it again.
No, I want to continue this. I want to get this all out of my system, and I want to tell you guys the truth.
And you know what? I want to tell you guys the truth is not like just telling us the truth or even saying, I'm going to tell you the truth. I want to, but you can't. Right? So you're doing it bit by bit, blaming the victim. You see? This was the thing about Chris Proudfoot. They know who we are, but don't know, assume who we are, but not who we truly are. Because they're telling themselves that if you saw the situation as it was, you would understand them. That's what they're telling themselves. When Chris Proudfoot talks about, you know, Sebastian was known for defecating, all this stuff, right? Because he would like to talk to you one on one, look in your eyes, and tell you, you have no idea what we went through. Of course, it's also avoidance. They're avoiding to tell us what exactly went down. What they want you to do is understand them, lay off of them. It is a mix of yelling out, accusing, and blaming, and then almost like begging for mercy.
It really bothers me because I've been a grandmother for 9.5 years. In the last 2 months, I can't be a grandmother anymore.
Yeah. It's not about Jack and Lily at all, old hag. It's not about that. You're mixing the things. Your tears are not at all about Jack and Lily. So when you talk about Belinda, your voice changes, yes, but only because Belinda is a grandmother and immediately self-centered you thinks about your own grandchildren. You don't care about them.
Not a grandmother. My oldest granddaughter's birthday was on the 25th of this month, and I couldn't even see her.
Yeah, Belinda wasn't able to see her grandchildren for almost 2 years because your jealous son, controlling son, wouldn't let Malaya go there, even though Belinda sent money. And then later, Malaya made it sound to her like, yeah, she was planning to come over, but Malaya probably did that just because she, wanted grandma to send more money. That went where it went and went fast.
All because of what happened. And I had nothing to do with it.
All because of what happened. What did happen? Listen to this. All because of what happened. As if what happened is absolutely nothing. Read this again. This happened all because of what happened. What happened is no big deal to her. But the effect of it, the impact it has on her, not being able to see her grandchildren, that's what changes her voice. And I had nothing to. What is it? She's telling us there was something that she's withholding. It is a placeholder. You had nothing to do with what? With the kids walking away? What do you think? Has she told us that she thinks they were abducted, or has she even started with any of that? What did happen? The kids walked away, right? This is avoidance.
And I am the one that is suffering.
And but. So disregard this part. I am the one that is suffering. Oh my God. You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. She cannot last for 5 minutes talking about Jack and Lily or Belinda without making this all about herself. This is the only reason she's crying. Yes, I believe these tears are real, but they are about she's crying for herself. And I don't even know if she was a good grandmother to her grandchildren, but she's definitely crying for, she's not saying my grandchildren are suffering because they miss me so much. I am the one that's suffering. Jack and Lily? No, they're not suffering. I am suffering.
So is Jack and Lily. They don't know where they are. They don't know what's going on.
They don't know where they are. How do you know that they don't know where they are? Because they're out in the ocean and they wouldn't know where they are because you don't know where they are. They don't know what's going on.
Well, Meadow doesn't know what's going on.
And now the voice becomes more intense again. You see, when she talks about Jack and Lily, compare the voice.
It was on the 25th of this month and I couldn't even see her, all because of what happened. And I had
All because of what happened. No big deal what happened.
nothing to do with it. But I am the one that is suffering. So is Jack and Lily. They don't know where they are.
This is just rhetoric right now. She reminds herself, I need to mention Jack and Lily. Listen to tone of voice changing.
They don't know what's going on. Well, Meadow doesn't know what's going on. And my other two grandchildren don't.
Immediately forget Jack and Lily. You know what? Meadow is safe. Your other two grandchildren are safe. But immediately her mind is moving right there.
Know what's going on. I watched my oldest two grandchildren play with those kids for the last 2 years.
Play with those kids.
And now they don't even know what's happening.
You know what? She is more concerned with her grandchildren losing their playmates than with whatever's going on with Jack and Lily right now. No appeal to a potential abductor or anything.
They don't know what happened to Jack and Lily. They don't know where they.
One more time.
I watched my oldest two grandchildren play with those kids for the last 2 years, and now they don't even know what's happening. They don't know what happened to Jack and Lily. They don't know where they are.
But you know it.
It's not about me. It's about I'm worried about my grandchildren.
Exactly. And you are also tearful when you talk about Meadow missing them, but nothing about Jack and Lily, not important. You worry about more how they make your grandchildren feel than about them.
What impact this is having on them.
Again, so much time on that. She couldn't stand talking about Jack and Lily just for a short time. And she's creating inner balance by making it about what she really cares about.
I can recover from this. It's going to take me a long time. But
We don't give a crap if you recover. As a matter of fact, I think you have so much guilty knowledge and so much, and you're hiding and you're covering things up. So I don't wish a recovery for you.
just think what the impact has on my grandchildren.
Can you believe that? Again, that's what it's about. She's telling you now why she is actually emotional, because she can no longer fake it being about Jack and Lily.
And Jack and Lily.
Oh, and Jack and Lily. You see, this is the same when Chris Proudfoot talks about all of these things that are of interest to him, and then once in a while he adds, "Oh, and Sebastian, and we need to find." Or you know what I mean? They remind themselves, but they only the distancing. That's the last priority. Jack and Lily is their last priority and only added because she is censoring herself here. And you can hear the tone of voice changing between when she talks about her grandchildren and when she talks about Jack and Lily. It's a very, very, very strong difference there.
How much it's hurting them. And I begged Malaya to come out and tell her side of the story.
Bullshit. Her side of the story? What the hell are you talking about? First of all, this is telling me everything is a story. What Daniel and Malaya are saying, which is a script, and until Daniel got, angry because of Malaya, realizing Malaya ain't coming back, that's when he went off script, like a rebellious little child. Oh, I'll show you. I just say you did it, without going too far with that. Telling her side. How about the truth? You're telling us two things here. Malaya isn't going to tell the truth, and it would be a side of the story, meaning everything that you are telling and Daniel is telling and Malaya is telling is a part of a story, not the truth. And you're avoiding the truth. And that is why you want people now to look at Malaya as well, because you're tired of being looked at. And in your opinion, Malaya took the easy way out. That's how these people are feeling. Oh, she took the easy way out. No thought. Well, they think Malaya doesn't care about the children anyways. But yeah, it's her fault. She wasn't responsible as a mother and this and that. But they are thinking, oh my God, there she goes. What the hell? We have to deal with all of this, and she just takes off and doesn't help us cover things up. And these are the things that are running through her mind. It doesn't need to make sense to you. I don't expect for you to make sense out of it. We don't have to understand these people. We have to accept them for who they are and for how they are and what they say, and never interpret anything.
And she's the only one that can answer the questions that we
Yeah, this is the. You hear that? This is when the pushing for tears comes in. Daniel was good at that.
can't. I begged her to come out and talk for the sake of the grandchildren, for the sake of her children.
Oh, for the sake of the grandchildren. Again, she's trying to appeal to the people listening who she thinks can be easily manipulated, because she saw how Darren was speaking and she probably said, "Holy shit, there are actually people willing to interview this guy and have him on their channel." So maybe people are buying into it. So maybe I can add a little bit to that, point people back, push them into this direction, and make it go away. It's not going away, Janie. It's not going away. And yes, you blame yourself because you are partially to blame, in my opinion. I think that Daniel, without you constantly complaining about Lily's voice and so on and so on, I think Daniel, he probably would have still been an abusive stepfather. But maybe he would have not snapped the way he did. At least according to what I know, you must be thinking, according to your own statements.
You guys put yourself in my shoes and
Oh, no, I don't want to do that. My shoes fit me just fine. I would not, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't live your life. Let's say it like that. Okay, let's see what she wants to be understood for.
see how you would feel. You would be feeling exactly the same way I am. I'm no different than anybody else. I do have a heart.
Oh, but not for two little children who were under your care and didn't choose to be there. And maybe you could have back then reached out to Belinda or somebody and say, listen, things are not good here. My son, he's not good with them. He's not good for them. The kids are not well taken care of. You saw the conditions they were in. You must have noticed the black eyes. You must have. If when Daniel says Jack had black eyes all the time, the baby and the school noticed that there's something wrong. You noticed how much was wrong. If your own grandchildren had been, had black eyes and chapped lips and they don't have enough clothing on to keep them warm and are sent to, you would do something. But Jack and Lily, you don't have a heart for them at all. So don't tell me you have a fucking heart. Because you don't. Not for the people that we care about. Not for these two beautiful children whom you could have done something for. I believe you could have prevented all of that. But you're only scared for your son. You're scared that he will suffer consequences. And your grandchildren, you know what? Belinda will never be able to see Jack and Lily again, in my opinion. So don't ever say I am the one that's suffering. Yeah, you're different from me in that regard. I don't like seeing children hurt, and I don't, you know, have a blind eye in that regard. And many don't. Most, I don't know, most or whatever, but you see, now she wants to be understood. And the message is maybe you would have done the same thing or been the same way like me had you been in the situation with the kid, with the child, with the good little girl who has a loud voice and so on. These are the types of things that she's thinking about. You know what I mean? Wow, I'm already 44 minutes and I only got 10 minutes of this. Guys, let me know if you're interested in this or not, because I will continue if you are. I know it's going to get better.
And I'm not standing up for Daniel, and I'm not standing up for Malaya. I'm standing
Yes, you are there. Oh, God.
up for myself.
Oh, yeah. I know you are, you come first. I know that. And maybe you did disagree with the actions Daniel had taken. But listen, guys, So, guys, I'm sorry it wasn't so exciting yet. I'm going to go through the whole thing, man. Let me know if you're interested. Otherwise, one way or the other, I will do it. I may just do it in the members section for the people who are really interested. I think that's what I'm going to do. But as always, I am looking forward to any constructive criticism from you. Let me know what you're interested in. Let me know what you have more questions about. This I will develop a lot more. I'm actually kind of happy with how this turned out because I think that, it's time for us to. I'm doing a quick spell check here. Nope, I got it all right. But this should have been, what do they really want from us? If I can edit it out, I will. But this is it, people. This is the foundation of real statement analysis that's not being overcomplicated while overlooking the importance of prioritizing. So the last thing that I want is to produce an army of sheep who spend 5 hours sitting down analyzing 3 paragraphs. And yes, I said the number 3 because I'm fictionalizing it. And then spend another hour looking for the priorities. And if you're working for law enforcement, you're going to put a 20-page report analysis maybe eventually onto their table, and they don't even read it. That's the reality. Efficiency is everything to me. Not, I am this department, I did my job, now I hope you do yours, and if you don't, my ass is covered. That's not what I go by, guys. At least not now that I have the freedom to present my work to you on YouTube. So let me know what you have more questions to. Join my membership section if you like. I will be there with the so-called boring details that are actually fascinating to me. I'm going to continue my next video with what I just started because I am worried that I missed something. If there's anything else that you have that you would like me to pay attention to, send it my way, and I'll see you next time. But wait, Daniel's Dead End was the title of my last video. Let me see some comments here. Patsy Ramsey said, I didn't kill John Benet. John Ramsey didn't kill John Benet. No mention of Burke. Yep. McCain pretty much, yes. And you know what? I love to have, wow, it felt so strange. I never had a chance to interview Peter Hyatt, but kind of like reacting to, what I loved about it? I love it because he explained it so well that I don't like to do what's already been done. And so, and also I want you guys to realize that, this is not just my opinion, what I'm stating. I want you guys to also understand that there is a formula to all of this. I have simply made it more effective with plates. And let's see, the lies, deception, and the clear neglect is enough to have them arrested. Enough is enough. I think Malaya needs to do serious time. Daniel, of course, more. I think if I was asked this question and I didn't do it, you would see indigence and probably anger in my face. Yes, how dare you? No, I didn't. You would make it, you would have a denial and, make it very, very clear. The McCains regularly medicated Maddie. Peter Hyatt was a yes. Yes and yes. I agree. Jerry introduced fall. Yes, he did. And so did Katie Proudfoot. Katie Proudfoot introduced, hey, Baba, did you fall out of bed? And at another point, by the way, I have pinned this to my Twitter account. My username is @Firetown right here. @Firetown. That's my username. Katie Proudfoot took Sebastian to... Okay, let me see what we got here. And I pinned it on May 9th, 2024, and I have only gotten stronger in my conviction. The thud was Sebastian's head hitting the floor. And what happened here? In addition, in this video, she said, "We are out looking and trying to make sure everyone stays looking and doesn't let his face fall to the bottom of the feed." At 4:30 into the video. Let's see. Yikes. But I believe in one of my older, yes, I know, in one of my older videos, actually, I reacted to it. I have to find out which. This is a statement. We are not looking and trying to make sure we are out looking and trying to make sure everyone stays looking and doesn't let his face fall to the bottom of a feed. That is leakage right there. She is telling us what happened, people. She introduced the fall the same damn way. Chris said Sebastian hasn't been on his medication. Yeah, that's another thing where okay. And this comment I'm not surprised by. My brother was a sergeant. If he was going to go over the Ramsey case, he told me flat out, no, that's an automatic career killer. And that's what I heard about, how it was dealt with in the British media with the McCain case as well. Anyways. So I'm happy that you guys are looking at the John Benet Ramsey case a little bit, because I want to also get deeper into how, and Summerwares as well, which, my brother was a sergeant detective that ran the major crimes unit for Boulder, Colorado PD. And I asked him who he thought or what was the prominent theory of who did it, and without hesitation he stated the brother was. So just like you stated, John Ramsey got it right, that's what the police theory was, and you pointed exactly how he admitted it was who did it, and that they not only covered it up, but reason why they did. Thanks again for another great video. Absolutely. And you know what? That's why I also wanted to make sure this particular embedded confession matches up so well with what Jerry McCain did. So I had to let you guys know that somebody from whom I've learned a lot in the beginning put it so well that I actually enjoyed. It was a weird feeling. I enjoyed having Peter Hyatt explain it for 5 minutes on my channel. You know what I mean? That and there was nothing I could add to it. That was absolutely excellent. And so yes, there is a lot in this embedded confession. Not just the embedded confession who did it, but why. And so thank you guys for watching, and thank you for paying attention to it and your interest in having similar interest to me, The parents did it, you mean? No. I always thought it was significant that Daniel called the blanket evidence from the start. Yes, when he denied it was Lily's. Did he really? Did he? I must have missed it, but absolutely. To him, that's evidence. That's how he views it. He doesn't view it like a lead or, wow, we found something, there's hope. Maybe, no, evidence. And also, remember, for example, Katie Proudfoot talked about when she drove down the street pretending to look for Sebastian. She said she was notified that even though the timeline was off, that The authorities were on their way. She didn't say the police. She didn't say help was on the way. Uh, Authorities, because you get an insight of her perspective, how she viewed them as an authority. Oh, now I gotta get my act straight because the authorities are coming. I'm on high alert. You know what I mean? We use our language for a reason. Watching from Northport, New York, very cool. I wonder if Derwood realizes he has told us lots about Daniel. I haven't really gotten, well, this is actually the only statement I really looked at from him, right? And I mean, it was red flaggery from the beginning, but this is the only one that I really actively looked at, and I said, okay, the person who sent it to me is no bullshit, and so when he pays attention to something, I pay attention as well. You know what I mean? Even if I think immediately say, oh, I don't really want to deal with Durwood, but this is interesting to me. They played being a visual pattern that you tie into an analytical pattern makes it even more potent. You can do played visuals, yeah. I play with it. I like what I did so far, even though it's by accident that it happened. The best things happen to me by accident. Yeah, they supposedly work together, so Daniel knows Dirtwood's son. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason also. And, these people, they are they have similar hobbies. Let's say it like that. I believe Burke Ramsey did it. I watched The Criminal Minds with the same plot. Yeah, I already like this one. Watching from Canada. Thank you, Cindy. And I hope you got something out of it. Even though I talked a lot about John Benet Ramsey in this one, I have seen. But you know what? We can learn a lot from the older cases and apply it to the new cases. So I think it's very important that we always keep an open perspective at everything. Don't get tunnel vision too much, right? Because one case helps the other. The experience of one case helps me apply um, things better in the other one. I have seen Peter Hyde's video of yes, I've seen it many times too. Confused, distract, sidetrack. Sounds like the game plan to get away with horrendous behaviors. Absolutely. That's what they do. And the Proudfoots were very good at it. But the Proudfoots are both a team. And he's pissed off because Malaya left him, so they can no longer be that team. Okay, Mike, you should do a video on the Emmanuel Harrow case. I will for sure look at that because you say the mother statement is very suspicious. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So whenever you guys email me and say, look at this case, look at that, the first thing I need to see are the statements. And the statements I apply. Plates, of course, having done this for as long as I have, to me it becomes more an intuitive thing where things stick out immediately to me, right? And it'll happen for you also. Plates is a perfect example of how you approach every single case. And if you have a statement, I am firetown@gmail.com, send it to me. I will look at it myself. I will look for it. Okay, so she says this already. She said she was, okay. I was going to get the diaper and somebody said, Ola. I was going to get the diaper. What were you doing? Why are you telling me what you were going to do? Rather than telling me what you were doing at the moment. I was looking for the diaper. I was adjusting that. I was opening my bag. Anything that you actually actively did, rather than telling me what you were going to do.
And I didn't see nothing since.
And I didn't see nothing since.
I woke up right here on the floor.
This is major avoidance right here. And yes, they have lawyered up. I didn't see nothing. What did you see? So if somebody physically knocks you out, you will feel something, right? You will have a memory of something. She's telling us, wait, let's go back here.
And knocking her out cold.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said hola, and I didn't see nothing since.
Pushing for tears.
I woke up right here on the floor, and I didn't see Emmanuel.
Harrow says she was parked in front of the store about to change her son's diaper when someone came up behind and assaulted her. She claims she was struck in the face but wasn't able to get a look at who did it before they took off with her son. But investigators say there are inconsistencies with Harrow's initial statement, and because of that, they cannot rule out foul play.
They're not going to hurt their baby. That couple were just homebodies.
The baby's grandmother is adamant the couple is innocent. She says Emmanuel is her daughter's pride and joy, and that she waited years to have a baby boy of her own. The grandmother also says investigators asked her daughter to take a lie detector test, but her husband said no until they had a lawyer.
Interesting, right?
Just going crazy, she can't handle it anymore.
She says her daughter is receiving death threats, and her 2-year-old.
Look at her. Oh, sorry, guys. You see it? One more time.
She says her daughter is receiving death.
Look at how focused she is into the camera, how she concentrates. There are no tears. She's pushing for them. She is faking the urgency. When they fake urgency, they fake desperation, they are pushing for emotions to show rather than trying to stay composed. And the eyes become more, the face change. This is getting to me more and more important to look, to allow myself to see the things that I see and integrate them into whenever I investigate something.
Threats, and her 2-year-old has been removed from the
Look at
home
this.
as the search for baby Emmanuel goes on 48 hours after his mother claims someone ran off with him.
And I noticed a smell from my baby, so I wanted to change it before I walked into the store. I took him out of the car seat.
Sorry, your face and your voice and everything, it doesn't match. Changed before I walked into the store. She told us what she was going to do, and she told us now what she wanted to do. But she avoids telling us what she was doing because there's no experiential memory backing up what she is trying to make us believe happened.
And I laid him on the chair. And I had his diapers right here. And then someone said, hola. And I couldn't even turn, and I was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor.
One more time.
And I couldn't even turn, and I was just, I don't remember nothing.
And I couldn't even turn. When they're telling you what they didn't do or what they couldn't do, they're avoiding to tell you what they were doing. Either they want to hide and avoid telling you what they were doing, or it didn't happen. So when you fabricate something, it's much easier to use a language where you're telling us what you didn't do, because it's less of a lie.
And I had his diapers right here.
You had the diapers right here, okay?
And then someone said, hola. and I couldn't even turn, and I was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
He has a little lazy eye. What's the only thing that's distinctive about him that he has no birthmarks.
Light skin.
Beautiful, healthy baby boy, 7-month-old baby boy.
Well, the parents who live in Cabazon, about 24 miles away, were in town for their son's sports competition yesterday. Now, the family says a big challenge they face is that the parking lot has no security cameras. Now, this afternoon, Yucaipa police...
How can this be? It has no security cameras. Okay. Did they know that there were no cameras? So the possibility could be that they picked that spot for a reason, to make this where they will claim something happened.
releasing a statement saying investigators from our Specialized Investigations Division are continuing to investigate the reported kidnapping of a 7-month-old after the child's mother reported being attacked outside a retail store on Yucaipa Boulevard last night. Canine scent tracking dogs were deployed.
Okay, wait, let's see.
We come to you guys asking you to help us find our son.
We come to you guys asking you to help us find our son. They feel the need to explain to you what they're doing rather than doing it. Unnecessary rhetoric has to be noted.
He was abducted last night from Big Five. Somebody struck my wife while she was trying
Somebody.
to change his diaper. And
She was trying to change his diaper, okay?
we just ask if anybody knows anything to please contact Yucaipa Police Department.
We just asked. Also, why don't you just tell us? Please contact the police department.
I would say just call.
His name's Emmanuel. He's 7 months. He's 7 months old.
Haven't been notified of any information yet by the authorities. No. Have not. They haven't told us nothing.
They said they don't have any major updates.
She's like doing a local search of your own. We are
Yeah, we have
4 o'clock here at Yucaipa.
the community set up a search party at 4:30. So we're afraid. Just ask you guys if you can help us.
Please.
This is what he looks like. He's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
He was wearing a black onesie with a Nike squish on him. If you know anything, please come forward. Please. Please bring us back our son. Please. Please don't harm my son. Please, I'm begging you. Please, God, please.
Rebecca Haro, inconsolable. A large bruise on her right eye the day after she reported to police that she was attacked in this Big Five parking lot in Yucaipa, knocked unconscious. She says by the time she came to, her 7-month-old son, Emmanuel, was gone.
He was very playful. He loved his sister. His sister.
All right, here we go. He was very playful. And he looks for approval and help towards her husband, similar to how Katie Proudfoot, when she got flustered, looked at Chris Proudfoot. As in, take over, dude. This is a past tense. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all, people.
Sister, your sister always kissed him?
He was a hell.
He was playful. He was very playful. He loved his sister.
Sister always kissed him?
He was a healthy baby. He was.
Also, he was. Past tense. What about the lazy eye? Did that bother you? That seems to stand out well. That can be seen as an identification. But let's see how they view their own child. He was a healthy baby.
He was crawling, he was kicking, he was playing with his toys.
Jake and Rebecca Haro say they were at 7th Street Park in Yucaipa last night for youth football. Rebecca leaving the park to come here to Big Five to buy a mouth guard for her stepson right around sunset when she noticed Emmanuel needed a diaper change.
I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down so I could get his diapers ready.
Right around sunset when she noticed Emmanuel needed a diaper change.
Okay,
They were at 7th Street Park in Yucaipa last night for youth football. Rebecca leaving the park to come here to...
He loved his sister. His sister always kissed him.
He was a healthy baby. He was crawling, he was kicking, he was playing with his toys.
Jake and Rebecca Haro say they were at 7th Street Park in Yucaipa last night for youth football. Rebecca leaving the park to come here to Big Five to buy a mouth guard for her stepson right around sunset when she noticed Emmanuel needed a diaper change.
I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down so I could get his diapers.
I got him out of the car seat. Could something have happened because you left him in the car seat or in the car too long? All the possibilities are still out there. This is very preliminary, guys. But speaking about him in the past, both of them doing that is not a good sign. That is actually a very, very bad sign when both do it. You can say, yesterday he was crawling around, yesterday he was happy, yesterday when you specifically mention something he was doing at a certain point. But when you use the adjectives like he was happy, he was how he was, he would still be like that today. He would still love his sister, right? That wouldn't change.
And I laid him down so I could get his diapers ready.
I laid him down, okay. You did lay him down at one point, I believe you. So I could get his diapers ready. And somebody...
He said, "Hola," and that's all I remember. And I saw white. And the hearing sound, I fell on the floor. And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck.
Whoever took our son.
You checked all around your truck.
Please give him back.
Investigators returning to the scene this morning. They had search dogs out here last night trying to pick up a scent. But so far, nothing.
But they didn't take any of her belongings.
They just took a child, I got it.
They just took our son.
Please.
So I just saw one of those channels and they said she was attacked while changing a diaper. No, she didn't say she was changing the diaper. She said she was going to, and she said she wanted to. She wasn't telling us actively what she was doing at the moment. She didn't say, I was looking through my bag. She told us what she planned to do, supposedly, and wanted to do. And that is a huge flag for me. Because in moments like those, you remember the last thing you did. You would say, I grabbed my bag, I was walking. Wow, should I look a little bit more into this? I think so. So here's something. Please bring us back our son. Please don't harm my son. When it comes to returning him, it's our son. But when she's saying don't harm, it is my son. She doesn't include her husband in that. Could that indicate that he is the one who harmed the boy? Okay, let me end this, but one more time.
And I noticed a smell from my baby, so I wanted to change it before I walked into the store. I took him out of the car seat.
That happened at one point.
And I laid him on the chair. And I had his diaper.
So when that happened, was he already dead? I took him out of the car seat and I laid him on the chair.
First right here. And then someone said, Hola. And I couldn't even turn, and I was just, I don't.
Someone said Ola. What would you say? I heard somebody say Ola, or someone said Ola?
I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
He has a little lazy eye. What's the only thing that's distinctive about him that he has no birthmarks.
Light skin.
Beautiful, healthy baby boy. 7-month-old baby boy.
Okay, guys, so just one more time.
Plea for their son's safe return.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Where is 7-month-old Emmanuel? His parents, Jake and Rebecca Harrow,
What is this? Is it on? Oh.
say someone kidnapped their baby outside this Big Five in Ukaipa after assaulting Rebecca Harrow and knocking her out cold.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said Hola. And I didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor. And I didn't see Emmanuel.
Harrow says she was parked in front of the store about to change her son's diaper when someone came up behind and assaulted her. She claims she was struck in the face but wasn't able to get a look at who did it before they took off with her son. But investigators say there are
Let me see what she said, the reporter. About to change, okay.
But investigators say there are inconsistencies with Harrow's initial statement, and because of that, they cannot rule out foul play.
They're not going to hurt that baby. That couple were just homebodies.
The baby's grandmother is adamant
Do you see tears?
the couple is innocent. She says Emmanuel is her daughter's pride and joy and that she waited years to have a baby boy of her own. The grandmother also says investigators asked her daughter to take a lie detector test, but her husband said no until they had a lawyer.
Right.
Just going crazy, she can't handle it anymore.
She says her daughter is receiving death threats and her 2-year-old has been removed from the home. As the search for baby Emmanuel goes on,
Her 2-year-old has been removed from the home?
Just going crazy, she can't handle it anymore.
She says her daughter is receiving death threats and her 2-year-old has been removed from the home. As the search for
Have there been ongoing problems with CPS or what?
baby Emmanuel goes on 48 hours after his mother claims someone ran off with him. And we have learned tonight that the baby's father does have a criminal record, and the grandmother told us that investigators were out at the couple's home in Cabazon, searching the home with cadaver dogs and also digging up parts of the property. We tried to reach out to San Bernardino County investigators for any information on that, but they aren't taking any more questions today. Meantime, they are asking anyone with any information about this case, anyone with...
This doesn't look good, people, but I will look more into it. I didn't prepare for this. I didn't expect for this to come my way, but thank you for bringing it to my attention. Yeah, I said what I said. I will be back very shortly. Here I see the question, did JonBenét die from a hit? Is that what the autopsy concluded? The case of JonBenét Ramsey is the CBS special that where Burke Ramsey sued them successfully. Shortly after that, or not that long after that, whenever after that for sure, he was on Dr. Phil. And that was produced by CBS, right? If I'm not wrong. Was that a part of the, you know what I mean? So, according to that CBS special, Dr. Henry Lee was there. He was a part of it. There was a forensic linguist, statement analyst. There were yes, it was concluded, from what I remember, that she was hit in the head with a hard object. JonBenét Ramsey was. And that black flashlight, they have shown that it would fit the wound that JonBenét Ramsey had in her head. And she had these 2 marks on her arm. And they have concluded that most likely when she was dead, Burke, what does a child do? He wanted to see if she would react because she didn't react. That he took the end of his train track, like a toy train, the train track he took, and the ends, like the 2 ends of the train track, matched exactly the marks that he poked her with that to see if she would react. And there were the pineapple, when it comes to the pineapple, Burke's fingerprints were on the bowl, from what I remember, of that contained the pineapple. She had a little bit of pineapple in her system, but her fingerprints were not on the bowl. And they concluded that she may have snatched a piece, ran away, he took the flashlight, hit her over the head. She went out, he took the train track to poke her. It's a very, very good documentary. It's actually one of the very few. It's actually the only one that I recommend you guys watch if you want to, when it comes to the case of JonBenét Ramsey. And listen, guys, that's pretty much it, right? So I guess I don't have an outro song, but I do have an intro song. I mean, I don't have an intro song, but I have an outro song. And I'll let you guys go. I'll be back very soon.